Okay. Hey, Kansas City, how you doing? Yeah, I have to remember to push that button so I can talk. So glad that you're here. You're tuning in to the BFTAA and More show. This is on KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. You can pick us up all around the world and stuff. So we're kind of glad that you're here. I'm your host, George Walker. And if you never listened to KUAW before, you're in for a treat. We are a community radio station. We broadcast talk and music shows. We have a lot of video shows that are done live. Right now, we're broadcasting from a remote location, but we will soon be, and hopefully before the end of this month, we're going to be in our studios back at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center. The W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center is a partner of KUAW Radio. We come together with our group, our parent group, which is the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, to form this group. KUAW stands for Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom. So we broadcast the BFTAA and More show every week, every Monday. You can tune in right here from 5 to 5:45. Tell your friends about it. Like and share this station so all the shows that come on, you'll be able to hear. We have some great shows that'll come on. We have Shifting Paradigms with B. Michael Long. We have Truth Be Told with T-Baby. We have The Source of the Inkwell with Tyrone Gathers and Lene Gray's show. We also have Cognition, Speaking the Unspeakable with JP and Stacy D. Those are some of the shows that we do live right here that you can watch on. But we also have shows that we have on our audio side. So you can hear this right now if you're listening to your radio. But you can also pick us up. Let me see if the radio is working. Yeah. All right. It's a little bit low, but I think it's getting there. All right. So you can pick us up on the audio side on the radio, which is go to our webpage, www.kuaw.org. Or you can also pick us up on the TuneIn app if you have the TuneIn app. You can also use your Google smart speakers. Just tell your Google speaker or your Amazon speaker to play KUAW. If you've got a Google Portal or any of that, tell it to play KUAW and you'll hear us there too. We're on TuneIn, we're on Get Me Radio, we're on the online radio box, we're on MyTuner, and we're on Radio Garden. So there's a lot of ways that you can hear the fantastic programming that we have right here at KUAW Radio. We have some blues, we play jazz, we play some old school music. You just tune in 24/7 and hear what we've got. If you're riding in your car with one of those Bluetooth phones, go to TuneIn, turn it on to your phone so you pick us up just like iHeartRadio and stuff. You'll hear KUAW. So we can ride to work with you in the morning, we can bring you back home, and we can put you to bed at night. Yeah. So we're glad that you're here. But the purpose of this show that we have, and even starting this station, KUAW, is to work with the community. We work with youth groups. We have a robotics team. We also have kids or young people that work with us on the radio. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a taste of a young man that did his first promo just last week, so hopefully I can show that to you. So, you know, we do a lot of things, but we try to give back to the community. So we have all volunteers. Nobody gets paid at this radio station because we don't make enough money even if we wanted to pay everybody. And we would like for you to help us out on that. Now, you can make a donation to KUAW Radio at any time, 24 hours a day. Just go to our webpage, www.kuaw.org. And there's a donation button. If you push that, you'll go to our PayPal site. You can use your credit card, debit card, whatever you have, and make that payment to KUAW Radio. We'll be glad to have it. We appreciate it. You can also mail us at BFTAA, Post Office Box 300 166, Kansas City, Missouri 64130. So remember that. So if you have artists or if you're a person that would like to be interviewed, if you'd like to tell us about your service or something that you're doing, give us a call or drop us a note on Facebook or something. If you can pick us up on Facebook, we're at KUAW-radio. You can also get us on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We have an Instagram page. So let us know that you want to do a show or that you want to bring some information to the community. We'll be glad to help you out with that. We've got another new show that's going to be starting this week, and it's called Cool Jazz Weekly. So we're always finding new shows to bring to you. We've got a lot of jazz. We've got a lot of old school. We've got a lot of blues. So Cool Jazz Weekly will be starting. We're going to plug it in probably later today. We don't know where it's going to regularly come on to put on our schedule, but it will be coming on in the near future at a regular time. But we're going to play it a couple of times this week. If you listen to Cool Jazz Weekly and you like it, let us know. That'll help us. Let us know what time you were listening to it too, and we would appreciate that. Also, we're part of the Cheryl Underwood Show. And you can call and leave your listening information at Cheryl Underwood's number. I'm going to get that up for you in a minute so that you can call Cheryl Underwood. Tell her that you listen to her show on KUAW Radio. I'm going to go over here and check our radio output right now. I'll be right back. No, I won't be right back. I'm going to stay here with you. I can do that when I do our regular broadcast. So that's kind of an introduction to who I am and what we're doing here. We hope that you like us. We hope that you'll share with us. Also, if you have any messages, you can reach us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all of those. And tell us that you like KUAW Radio. Let us know what shows you listen to and what you like about them or what you don't like about them. You know, we want to hear from the community. So get in touch with us. You can give me a call if you want to. Well, no, not right now, because we're in a remote location, so I don't have the phone right with me. But I will be down at the studio. I got to get back down there quick, because that's where all our equipment is. So we're kind of working with a smaller setup right now, and we can't do all the things that we can do from our studio. So we're moving the equipment in and going to do some painting down there this week, get the walls painted, and then start getting our heavy equipment in and desk, and we'll be ready to broadcast from there. We'll probably try and start next week with live broadcast from the studio, but it might take a little bit longer. But we can go down there while we're still working and do some broadcasts. So that's going to be coming up. So I think I'll do that. I'll go down there and we'll start broadcasting, and we'll work around our broadcast schedule with any improvements that we need to do. But the Black Family Technology Awareness Association works with families and young people, adults, to get them. Our goal is to close the digital divide. And that's one reason that we have our robotics teams, is that we have kids come in and learn building robots for competition. They go out and they have competition with other schools, with other teams, with Vex Robotics and with Lego Robotics. But the kids learn so much from this, because putting that robot together, they've got to use math skills and design work, and then they've got to work together as a team. So they've got to learn how to communicate. So that's something that's good about our robotics program, and we're going to be starting that back up in a couple of weeks also. We think we're ready to get things back together at the WEB Du Bois Learning Center, that we can have kids doing robotics on Saturdays. So that's going to be coming up. We've got a lot more fun that's going to be happening down there. We're going to tell you a little bit later about the event, the WEB Du Bois Appreciation event that happened last night. Was a great event, and there's a lot of things happening in the future that we're really building things up. So keep your eye on the corner of Linwood and Elmwood. The 4510 East Linwood Boulevard. There's going to be a lot of things happening down there. By this time next year, there's going to be a whole beehive of activity going on down there. So we're really getting things kicked off, and we want you to stay tuned and check it out. Matter of fact, there's going to be an event happening there tomorrow that you're going to hear about in just a few minutes. So first, let me go ahead and do what we do every week. We like to get our young people involved in science, technology, engineering, and math, which is the STEM fields. And there's a lot of other iterations of STEM, but the basic is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And getting kids involved in that can really expand what their future career outlooks are. They can help develop things that are going to help America in the future. And we need to have those young scientists and those young minds working. So we do this week from NASA. NASA is the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. We like to show you what's going on in space every week. So stay tuned right now. We're going to bring that up, and you can see what's happening this week at NASA. Let's see, let me get that together here in just a minute. There we go.
A change of command aboard the space station, getting curious for World Space Week, and expanding commercial opportunities in space. A few of the stories to tell you about this week at NASA. On October 4th, aboard the International Space Station, Expedition 65 Commander Akihiko Hoshide of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency officially handed over command of the station to European Space Agency astronaut Thomas Pesquet. Pesquet will command the station until he departs aboard the SpaceX Crew Dragon Endeavour spacecraft in mid to late November with Hoshide and NASA astronauts Megan McArthur and Shane Kimbrough. Get Curious with Vice President Harris is a YouTube Originals video released on October 7th to kick off World Space Week. It follows a group of kids as they meet the Vice President and go on a scavenger hunt with clues delivered by our Shane Kimbrough from the International Space Station. The Vice President is the chair of the National Space Council. On October 5th, Roscosmos cosmonaut Anton Shkaplerov, Russian actress Yulia Perezil, and producer Klim Shapenko launched to the space station from Kazakhstan. Several hours later, the Expedition 65 crew welcomed the trio aboard the orbiting outpost. The actress and producer are filming scenes aboard the station for a movie as part of a commercial agreement that marks the expansion of commercial space opportunities to include feature filmmaking. We previewed NASA's SpaceX Crew 3 mission during a pair of virtual briefings October 6th and 7th. Crew 3 is the next crew rotation flight of a U.S. commercial spacecraft with astronauts to the International Space Station. NASA's Raja Shari, Tom Marshburn, and Kayla Barron, along with European Space Agency astronaut Matthias Maurer, are targeted for launch to the station October 30th from our Kennedy Space Center. Meanwhile, NASA has reassigned astronauts Nicole Mann and Josh Cassada to our SpaceX Crew 5 mission, expected to launch to the space station no earlier than fall 2022. Mann and Cassada previously were assigned to missions on NASA's Boeing Crew Flight Test and NASA's Boeing Starliner 1 mission, respectively. The team for our Lucy mission invites you to create your very own time capsule for the mission and share it online using the hashtag LucyTimeCapsule. The plan is to revisit your time capsule at future mission milestones for personal reflection and/or to maybe add new items. The Lucy spacecraft will carry a time capsule that includes a plaque inscribed with words of wisdom on its 12-year odyssey to several asteroids, including the never-before-explored Trojan asteroids that share an orbit with Jupiter. Lucy is targeted for launch no earlier than October 16th. On October 7th, award-winning journalist Soledad O'Brien hosted El Ayer y El Mañana, which translates to Yesterday and Tomorrow in English. The NASA Hispanic Heritage Month event featured a conversation about the new National Museum of the American Latino, NASA's impact and influence, and the pioneering spirit of Latinos on NASA television, the NASA app, and the agency's website. On October 2nd and 3rd, NASA collaborated with several space agency partners for the 10th International Space Apps Challenge, which was entirely virtual. Each year, the event, which is recognized as the largest annual hackathon in the world, engages thousands of people around the globe to work with the agency's open-source data to answer some of the most pressing challenges on Earth and in space. Space Apps is managed by NASA's Earth Science Division. That's what's up this week at NASA. For more on these and other stories, follow us on the web at nasa.gov/twan.
Okay, I always do that. I start talking to you guys before I push the button down and stuff. But we've got a couple of stories that we're getting ready to show you, and they're in contrast to each other. First, I'm going to show you a story, then I'm going to read you a story. But let's check this first one out. Oops. Public service announcement. We have a young man here in the studio today, and he brought us some information that he wants to get out to the community. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us what's going on.
Well, first of all, I want to say, how you doing, Mr. Walker?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you.
That's good. That's good. Well, my name is John Wilson. I go to Lincoln College Preparatory Academy, and I am in the 10th grade.
All right. So what is this event that is coming up that you wanted to tell us about?
So recently, I was told by Ms. Tamara Sykes, the director of the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, that we are hosting a COVID vaccination event.
All right. And when is this event going to be held, and what's the address?
So this event will be held Tuesday, October 12th from 2 to 5 p.m. at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, which is located at 4510 East Linwood Boulevard, Kansas City, Missouri, 64128.
And if people come to this event, what's going to happen? What's going to be going on?
Right. So at this event, there'll be quite a few things going on. So we'll have the COVID shot going on, and we'll also have a little survey going on. Now, what's good about both of these things is that the first 100 people that come take these things will get an incentive of $50 for each thing. So that's $100 in a day. And like I said, this is for the first 100 people. So that means if after the 100 people, sadly, you will not be able to get it. But it's okay, because the main goal of this is just for the people to get the shot.
All right. So if I come here and I get the shot, what will I get?
You will get $50 on the spot in cash.
And if I come here and take the survey, what will I get?
You will get $50 in cash.
Now, do I have to take the shot? Can I just take the survey if I want to?
Right. You can just take the shot, or you can just take the survey. But if you haven't done the shot and you haven't done the survey, then, why not just do both? You there for a reason. So, but if you just want to take the survey, that is okay as well. But I will say this, they will help out the people who have not taken the shot and not taken the survey. So you will be behind the people who have not done those things yet.
All right. And then what age group is this event for?
So the age group for this is the adolescents. So between the ages of 12 to 17. So this is regionally this is kind of for the 3rd district, but it's for everybody in Kansas City if you want to come down and get the shot or take the survey.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, who's the sponsors of this event?
So the sponsors of this event is TMC, University Health, UMKC, and Children's Mercy Hospital of Kansas City.
All right. And they're part of what organization?
So they're part of Our Health KC East.
All right. All right. Well, that's definitely good to hear. So tell the people again, where is this event and when is this event?
This event is at W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, located at 4510 East Linwood Boulevard, Kansas City, Missouri, 64128, and it'll be held on Tuesday, October 12th, from 2 to 5 p.m.
All right. And how do I get registered for this event?
So on your screen now, you will see a QR code, or if you're at home, there is a link where you can click on it, or you can use your phone to scan. And you can also go to the Our Health KC East website, which will provide more information on there as well.
All right. So Our Healthy KC East is one of the umbrella organizations, and they can do the survey, or not do the survey, but do the registration online and be signed up to come down to the event.
Yep. Yes, sir. And if you see me going by, remember this face, remember my name, then you can also ask me, and I can sign you up on a piece of paper that I will be walking around with.
All right. Well, we thank you very much for coming down. This is KUAW Radio, bringing you information for the community. Thank you, John.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So that was John. He came down to our old location while we were working there, but his mother wanted him to do a show, and he's been a part of the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center. The whole family has, but he came down and did that promo. He's a sophomore in high school, good kid and working to do things and be involved in the community. So that's what we like. That's what W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center is about. That's what Black Family Technology Awareness Association is about. Is getting our young people involved in some positive activities and being around some positive role models. So if you want to get involved, we're going to be starting our robot team up in a couple of weeks. If you'd like to get your middle school and high school students we're taking right now. We're not going to start with our Lego League, but middle school and high school students we can start. And if you want to get involved, contact the Black Family Technology Awareness Association at www.bftaa.org. So, or you can also go to the website for the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. Let us know that you want to be involved in our robotics program. So that's something that's going to be coming up, starting up very shortly here. And we're going to get the kids going. They're already a little bit behind because a lot of the teams started when school started. So they've been working for more than a month ahead of our kids. But we still want them to get involved and build a robot and do a good showing because we're doing virtual robotic competitions. So we're going to be starting with them soon. But that was a good story. Now, the other thing I have is the information that comes from Texas. It was another American high school was the scene of a mass shooting Wednesday morning. An 18-year-old Timothy Simpkins turned himself in to the Arlington, Texas police several hours after leaving the scene in which he allegedly shot 3 people. The African-American high school student was jailed and booked on 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Reports indicate there was a fight between Simpkins and another student. After the students were separated, Simpkins reportedly pulled a gun from a backpack and began shooting. One person identified as teacher Calvin Pettit was shot as he tried to break them up. Pettit was hospitalized but did not require surgery. The juvenile in the fight was allegedly shot by Simpkins, underwent surgery, and remains hospitalized in critical condition. Carol Harrison, a spokesman for the Simpkins family, said Timothy was trying to protect himself after being robbed and bullied. Harrison said he made a bad decision. He was scared. He was afraid. There's a video that's all out on social media that show he was being attacked. Harrison said it wasn't just one person that would attack him and bully him and taking his money, harassing him due to the fact that he had more things than maybe others. So many thoughts and questions, prayers through the community around the country as another school was a scene of gun violence. Not lost were tweets posted and press conferences held by Texas Republicans who drove the recent passage of less restrictive gun laws. But, we're not talking about the gun laws or any of that right now. What I want to talk about is the decision makings. Our kids can have futures one way or another. We had the young man that did the promo that's trying to do some things and working to improve the community. There's going to be a COVID vaccination site for young people, 12 to 17 years old, tomorrow at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center at 4510 East Linwood Boulevard. And he's working, and we don't know where his future is going to lead, but right now he's on a good path towards doing some positive things. And here's another young man who, due to situations that we don't have all the information on, but decided to carry a gun to school and then pulled the gun and shot some other students and a teacher. So that's going to have ramifications on him, on his family, on the student that was shot that are really just hard to imagine. And we've got to work with our young people so that we provide them with opportunities, so that we provide them with ways to do conflict resolution. I mean, they say that he was bullied, that, people were robbing him and taking his money. And that's not new in schools. I mean, I grew up in a city where, people could take your lunch money, take leather coats off of you. I mean, it was fights. That was going on. So it's not new that fights and altercations happen at school, but that doesn't mean it's okay. That doesn't mean it should happen. It doesn't mean that definitely that it shouldn't take somebody's life or have the potential to take somebody's life. So we need to get our kids involved in programs, activities, and the family needs to work together, and the community, to make it where kids can grow and not have to go through these traumatic incidences. There's too much of that. They see too much shooting. There's too much killing around. I mean, where they're going to school, as Carl Boyd say, when we was going to school, there was no such thing as an active shooter drill. I mean, it just, it's like this happens enough that we have to have a drill at school at regular intervals, just like we had fire drills. And that's something that we just got to work with our young people and our communities and our families to bring them back together, so that we can talk to each other, that we can resolve differences without it coming to this, that kids have other outlets for their energies to do something positive. We got kids on robotics. Some kids are in athletic programs. Some kids are in, entrepreneurship programs. But we've got to have programs that have our young kids getting involved in some positive activities so they don't get involved in this type of activity. That's just, we've got to make some decisions, and we got to have our kids pick the right way and learn to make the good, healthy decisions. So, wanted to get that out so that, we can talk about it. If you've got some ideas, or if you want to talk about why kids are like this or how we can provide other opportunities. I'm not a mental health expert or anything like that, but I am a concerned community member. I am a grandfather and a great grandfather. So I've got kids that are in school, or grandkids that are in school, and great grandkids that are going to be in school, and some are in school. So, I'm concerned, and I have a definite desire to see them have positive outcomes for their schooling, for their education, for their life in general. So we need to be working on that. We need to be working on improving the community and the neighborhoods and the home and family communications of young people and all in our community. So I wanted to show you those two stories so that you would know that and see that. That's what I wanted to get out. Now, we're going to go back to NASA and a little bit of what's going on with it. There's another show I want to show you. It's called Space to Ground. So let's stay tuned now for Space to Ground from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm KUAW France. There's a lot of change on board the ISS. Houston Station on Space to Ground. Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm KUAW France. There's a lot of change on board the ISS, with new crews arriving and others preparing to leave.
Jamar, you've been an amazing crewmate, and you're going to be a superb commander. So, congratulations.
On Monday, October 4th, European astronaut KUAW took command of the space station from Japanese astronaut Aki Hoshide in the traditional change of command ceremony. Pasquet became the fourth European astronaut to command the ISS and the first French astronaut to hold the position. Pasquet will remain as the commander of the orbiting laboratory until November, where he will pass the command role over to cosmonaut Anton Skafarov before he returns with his Crew 2 crewmates. Then on Tuesday, the crew on board the space station welcomed 3 new crewmates when the hatches opened for the latest astronauts Raja Chari, Tom Marshburn, and Caleb Barron.